This is Effie, and you need to be listening to the Turnbuckle Trash Talk because I know a thing about trash talking, and so do these boys. Turnbuckle Trash Talk every week.
Welcome to episode 3. Welcome to episode 3 of Turnbuckle Trash Talk. We've had a great run so far, so much support. As you can see, the set is evolving, just like the show is evolving. We're just making it better all the time. This is the only show of the local indie scene that you can see on Facebook and YouTube and listen to on iTunes and Podbean and Google Play. We're everywhere. We're just expanding. We're taking over. So we've got a great show lined up today. We talked about the bads of 2018 and what we were afraid of for 2019. We talked about the goods of 2018. Now we're going to put on our speculation caps. We're going to look ahead to this coming year and make some guesses. Really, that's all it is. We're going to try and make as informed guesses as we can about what's coming up. So let me introduce the wonderful guests we've got here today. With me, as always, is Isaiah. And joining us for the first time ever, we've got JT Mercer. How's it going, JT?
Good, good.
He's the guy who stole my chips.
Well, he doesn't even know that I didn't even fucking eat that shit. Threw it away immediately.
He disposed of it. He disposed of the chip. He grabbed him and just threw him in the trash. What
Doing this man a favor, trying to get him back in ring shape.
Okay. You know what? He's supporting me, man. I
really
appreciate that.
He's actually.
I was actually.
Hey, you know what? You're all right.
Only the people I like. This guy counted to 3 with that match with PSG. I won't ever forget it. I'll let it slide, but it is what it is.
That's it.
I'm just the officiant. I'm the officiant. That's what I do.
That's it.
Speaking of which, I am the officiant, Kent. Let's just launch into this topic. What do we have coming up in 2019? Ahead. So let's start with a big fat softball, something that's coming really, really soon at the end of the month here. The Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Let's make our predictions for who we expect to see in the Men's Royal Rumble and the Women's Royal Rumble. We talked about it for a minute, but I want to get your guys' guesses and kind of give me your reasoning as to why you picked these people.
Ooh, baby's crying. Yeah.
So let's start with the Men's Royal Rumble. Why don't we start with you, Isaiah?
We're going to start off with who do we expect is going to be a surprise?
Who's the winner?
Oh, the win? R-Truth. R-Truth is winning the Royal Rumble. Listen, man, let me tell you something. R-Truth, there's no reason that he didn't, like, the Mixed Match Challenge thing that he was doing, I think has possibly been his best work for quite some time. Although him with Goldust was magic too, they just haven't capitalized on it. But R-Truth has got he's got Rusev Day momentum from that Mixed Match Challenge. And they capitalized with Rusev and they gave him the U.S. title. You know, so...
Well, was it too little too late? Did they really capitalize on it when it was hot? We're talking about R-Truth.
We're going to find out at the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
R-Truth is winning the Royal Rumble. I'm going to say it again.
All right, JT, who's your pick for the Men's Royal Rumble?
Well, agree to disagree, because there's no chance in hell. R-Truth is
You're not the only one, man. It's okay.
Rumble.
It's okay. I'll take the heat.
For me, personally, this match is impossible for me to ever really tell who's going to win it.
Yeah.
It can go Seth Rollins wins.
Yeah.
That's what everybody would love to see.
Mm-hmm.
Him actually main eventing WrestleMania again.
Yeah.
As a match, the main event. You could have a surprise. You'd have Kenny Omega show up.
Kenny Omega. Do you want Seth Rollins to win? Who do you want to win?
Yeah, just put in
who do you
your
want?
favorite is to win. Doesn't have to be who actually will win. This is your prediction, your hope.
Yeah, because I know R-Truth is going to win, but I also, I hope he wins too.
You're hoping
he's going to win. Well, then I guess personally for me, I would love to see a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And
go
Adam Bay.
Okay, Adam Cole.
Adam Cole. All right. That's an interesting choice. Actually, that is something that I want to talk about later on in terms of predictions. Realistically, based off of how I've seen the build going, with Roman Reigns leaving, with them trying to kind of rebuild Raw, I think you're going to see a member of the Raw roster win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And I think it is going to be Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he is going to win the Royal Rumble, go on to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
I could do without it, man. I could do without it.
I understand. Honestly, my personal choice would be Finn Balor.
Oh, Finn Balor, of course.
I would like to see Finn Balor win the Royal Rumble. I'd like to see him move to SmackDown and challenge Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Which would be amazing.
I think that would be an incredible match. But I think realistically, Raw is hurting really bad. The ratings have proven it. The product has proven it. The talent has proven it. I think that they have to take their top babyface on Raw, Seth Rollins, and they have to basically give him the Roman Reigns treatment and push him to the top.
The only problem with Seth, in my opinion, winning is they're going to do something stupid and have Dean Ambrose come out to continue that feud.
It's very possible, but Dean's got the IC title now, and I think they're going to have blow off at Royal Rumble, or I guess before Royal Rumble, and then hopefully
kill it. Yeah, just
be done with it.
The only problem, so Vince McMahon, they took the power back.
Yeah, they're shaking things up
from themselves because they're taking the power back from fucking
Baron Corbin was clearly in charge of the WWE.
Have you not been watching Raw? Come on.
And people are expecting things to change.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be sorely disappointed.
Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yeah.
We've seen this for years.
Yeah.
I mean,
how long ago was it that they said they were going to shake things up?
They've said it
every year.
They said it every year. Every time they have a draft.
We're going to shake things up, but the next 2 shows are pre-recorded. So
exactly.
Don't worry. We'll get to it.
So let's move on to the Women's Royal Rumble. Isaiah, who's your pick for the Women's Royal Rumble?
Man, Women's Royal Rumble. Women's Royal Rumble, I want to say it's going to be a surprise entrant, and I think it's going to be Rhea Ripley.
Really? To win the Women's Royal Rumble?
She's got some momentum behind her, man. They've been pushing her. She's getting a lot of TV time. You know, she had that whole the cruiserweight or the women's Mae Young's Classic last year. Mm-hmm. You know, she came back. She didn't win the tournament, but then she became the women's UK champion. You know?
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens at the Takeover Blackpool because she's defending the UK Women's Championship against Toni Storm. So if she retains that title, I would say odds are she would not win. But if she loses that title, I could see where you're coming from on that. I really can.
NXT.
I can see that. JT.
I think this is going to be it's going to be Ember Moon this year.
Really?
I think she's going to continue to skyrocket. She's had a pretty incredible career, and it's been very short. So I think they are literally skyrocketing her, and they're doing it the right way with her, honestly.
Yeah, they haven't buried her yet.
No.
Not yet.
Well, I think the money match at WrestleMania this year is going to be Ronda versus Becky Lynch. The problem is Ronda's on Raw, Becky's on SmackDown. How do you resolve that issue? Becky wins the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I think you strike while the iron's hot. They're really giving her the solid push now that she's deserved, honestly, for quite a long time.
She's going to be the top female star.
She is. Yeah. And I think that what you're going to see is with SmackDown's new TV deal coming, they're going to be going in a more athletic direction. Yes. So I think eventually you're going to see Ronda move to SmackDown.
Yeah.
But they need that strong, domineering female on Raw, and I think Becky Lynch is the one to do it. Agreed, so I think Becky is going to move to Raw. I think you'll see Becky versus Ronda at Mania. I think you'll see Charlotte versus Asuka at Mania. I think that's the smart way to go. I wouldn't make the Ronda match a triple threat. I wouldn't make it a fatal four-way. I would just have the match that everyone wanted to see at Survivor Series, but were deprived of because of Becky's injury.
Agreed.
So I think that's the best way to go. If you want to have a really solid Rumble, I think they really dropped the ball with the Rumble winners last year.
They did.
Asuka win and not win the title, having Shinsuke win and have not a very good WrestleMania showing.
Yeah. But in all honesty, Asuka's WrestleMania was pretty good.
It was a great match.
Absolutely. And that was the big shock.
This was
she couldn't
her first loss, and she had been on this hot streak.
The burial after WrestleMania.
They fed her to Charlotte, which was unfortunate.
They did.
So, that's the Royal Rumble. It'll be interesting to see. We'll get actual predictions later on for the whole show as the card finally takes its final form.
Yes.
But since card always subject to change, I thought we'd throw this out there early.
Oh, yeah.
So the next thing I want to talk about with 2019 coming, who do we see being called up from NXT to the main roster? You actually made a very good point, JT, in saying that you wanted to see Adam Cole, Bebe, win the Royal Rumble, which would equate to a call-up.
Yeah.
So let's go, Isaiah. Who do you think is getting called up from?
Oh, man. I want to see it, but I don't want to see it. The Velveteen, man. Velveteen Dream.
He would kill it.
He's ready. He's ready. Put him in, coach. Put him in. But I don't mess up a good thing. You know, I feel like he was just made for it, man. He's developed well. He's been very like I feel like they've been working him very carefully.
Yeah.
They're not absolutely burying him. You know, they're letting him go. They're letting him do his thing. He's getting his moments and stuff. And even though he hasn't been successful at winning a championship, he's still, you know, he's the top guy in NXT. You know, so he's gonna get called up, and I'm just gonna watch it slowly. And if something goes wrong, Vince, I'm coming for you. That's it.
All right, JT, how about you?
Well, obviously Adam Cole, but it'd be beautiful if you see the entire Undisputed Era move up.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you're going to bring them up or anything, they have to come up as a unit. You can't break them
Adam
up.
Cole would be the only person that could probably come up by himself.
Yeah.
You know, you can't bring Roderick Strong or the other two. I disrespected them by not saying their names, but you know.
Jesus. That's how you really feel, man.
No, I loved it. They're one of my favorite tag teams.
I just don't know their name. That's it.
I can't bother to remember their names. I'm too busy going to take their spots one of these days.
There we go. That's it.
Awesome.
But yeah, them. Honestly, Ricochet would be amazing if they allowed him to be his true potential.
Yeah.
On the main roster, it would kill it.
Well, it's, we had this conversation yesterday. I think if Adam Cole does get called up, I think it'd be great just to let them drop their titles and bring them up as a stable because there's no legit stables.
No.
There really isn't. I think this would be a force to be reckoned with, and it's going to be great for any guys who are going to take some advantage of it too. I mean, the New Day right now that they don't really have much going for them.
Floundering. I'm honestly amazed they're still around.
Yeah, so them also Sanity. Where the hell have they been? You know, I mean, when they came up, I was for sure that they were going to be top guys, man. But, you know, I guess never was it, count your eggs before the chickens crack of the dawn in the morning?
Before they hatch.
There we go. You got it.
No, you count them in the morning.
You got them in the morning before you eat breakfast, because that's when you got to do it.
Honestly, I could see Undisputed Era going up. I'm really hesitant about Velveteen Dream going up. I think, and this may come as a shock, I think this is the year that there are no more NXT call-ups. I think this is the year you just develop NXT into its own brand.
I agree.
That it actually rises to the level of main brand prominence. I think with NXT UK opening up, this is a good opportunity to explore the idea of creating regions again.
Yeah.
Of creating smaller NXTs that feed into the main roster versus using NXT as the feeding system into the main roster.
Yeah.
It is clearly the superior brand of the three, of SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. I think it's the number one brand.
Of course, hands down. Oh, yeah.
I think that it has proven to put on a much better show. I think the tapings, I think they're setting a model that really Raw and SmackDown could draw from by doing pre-taped shows, by giving the talent more time off, giving them more time to really think about their creative in advance and really plan out a strategy versus having to rush into Raw every Monday.
Yeah.
Imagine if they taped all their Raws in 1 week. They'd have a whole month to think about what they want to do the next month.
Yeah.
Versus week to week to week, throwing Band-Aids, putting out fires, just having to constantly shift.
That's the smart way to do it. It really is.
It's not the Attitude Era. There's no competition anymore.
Reason to be live.
At least at the moment, there's no reason to be live.
Yeah. No
so
reason at all.
consider going back to taping, really taking a page out of NXT's book and change the main roster to that.
Now, if you did that, would you add the extra hour or would you keep it 1 hour?
I could see either all shows being 2 hours or and dropping the 1 hour off
take the
of
hour for Raw. Give it to NXT.
Or keeping NXT 1 hour is fine too.
Yeah.
To be completely honest.
It's sufficient.
It works for what they're doing on that show. But yeah, I think that it's time to stop thinking of NXT as developmental because they are doing better than what they're supposed to be developing into. Now, of course, that's an opinion. But,
and if they go 1 hour as well, I mean, you still have NXT UK and God knows whatever else they're going to come out with. I honestly believe that they should cut all shows to 1 hour.
Yeah.
Raw, SmackDown, everybody. Because it's going to leave, like you mentioned, man, it's going to leave that want at the end of the show. And like, what? Man, damn, okay. I guess I got to wait until next week, you know?
I wish they would do it, but they're just going to keep shoving it down.
Yeah, they'll probably do WrestleMania this year. It's going to be 10 hours.
Yeah.
I would love to try it. We're going to start showing you access.
Yeah. Well, with their own network, they can do that. And, there are plenty of fans who would benefit from that would buy into something like that and think that's great. They could watch wrestling 24 hours a day. My theory is if it's going to be more, it needs to be more but better.
Yes.
Not more but worse.
Right.
If everything is suffering to put more product out, then you are failing in your mission.
Yeah.
If you are putting out a better product and more of it, of course, people will watch it 24 hours a day if it's the best thing they've ever seen.
Yeah.
But if it's not, it's exhausting. It becomes work. It's a chore. I mean, we've talked about this on previous episodes. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
So let's transition to the announcement made by Vince McMahon around Christmas. The women's tag titles are coming this year.
Yeah.
Now, my question to you guys is, in terms of predictions, A, who do you think the first women's tag title champions will be?
Okay.
B, do you think it's going to be a branded title? Do you think they're going to have a women's Smackdown tag team champion?
They can.
And a women's Raw? What is going to be the future of the women's tag title division? So, Isaiah, let's start with you.
First women's tag team. I think looking at it from the outside in, you're going to say it's going to be Sasha and Bayley because they got the best friend thing going on. But I want to say it's going to be Tamina and Nia Jax. Just because it's an odd pair. It's weird how they paired them up out of really nowhere. Two of the strongest women in that division. And you're going to pair them up. I think they want to build them as monsters and stuff. I mean, they're kind of fumbling around because the whole Nia Jax thing is, she's kind of become where she was crying and vulnerable with Alexa Bliss and stuff, kind of taking that fear that she had away from her. But I think that would be the safest bet as far as monster a tag team itself. I don't think they could do it by brand. I would say share it with even NXT. Have it defend all around everywhere.
Absolutely. JT, your thoughts?
I think they've set it up to be dual branded. That's why they put, the Riott Squad on one and Absolution, which Paige broke her neck or whatever. Sasha broke her neck. Who debated all day long.
Yeah.
Bayley and Sasha get it on Raw because they have to do something because they basically killed Sasha Banks, who was at one time their most popular female.
Yeah.
Deserved or not, she was the most popular. Bayley, they've messed her up since her call-up.
Yeah.
But on SmackDown, I would like to see Iconics.
So you want to see two sets of women's tag titles?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have the women to do it. And in all reality, they could breed in more of the women out there from the indies because the talent's there.
Yeah, they had that tournament with a bunch of women. I'm sure they'll just, all right, everybody.
Honestly, I think one set of titles is the way to go. In fact, I would like to see the men's titles be unified again and have a championship that travels between brands. And I agree with you. Take it to NXT.
Yeah.
How great would it be if all of a sudden on an episode of NXT, Sasha Banks and Bayley show up and defend their tag titles out of nowhere?
That'd be awesome.
That would be mind-blowing.
Awesome. Yeah.
It'd be great for the crowd. It'd be great for anybody. Yeah. And it would give you a reason to watch all of the brands.
Exactly.
Never else is going to happen.
It ties in everything.
I think the women's division is not filled out nearly enough to have branded titles.
Right.
I really don't think it is. I think it's a mistake to have two women's championships, to be completely honest. Because if you think there's maybe like 12 to 15 women on each brand.
Yeah.
If you also put the tag team titles on there, that'll be 3 belts to spread amongst 15 women. That's not a lot.
You're cutting it thin.
And to make an actual division, you should have 4 to 6, maybe even 8 tag teams. So that's 16 women.
Yeah. I guess the math doesn't quite add up.
You'll see a lot of dual champions in that case. You'll see someone who's the women's champ and the tag champ and basically hoarding all the belts.
Yeah.
One set of titles, move it between the brands. It gives a lot more exposure. Yeah. And honestly, as much as I hate to say it, the women's titles technically have been around since the 80s. They existed before now.
Oh, yeah.
But in this modern era, this is considered a first.
Yeah.
So whoever you're going to have be those champions, they have to be considered the first women's tag team champions, even though that's not literal.
Yeah.
Even though we know, there have been women's tag team champions before. This is the ones that are going to be remembered now.
Right.
So I have to disagree with you about Nia Jax and Tamina. I think that is the wrong way to go.
Right.
I think a Sasha and a Bayley is a good idea. I also disagree about the Iconics. I think that if you're going to start off, you got to start off with a bang. If you're going to introduce a new title, you got to introduce that new title with a bang.
Yeah.
So I honestly believe, based off of the build, there are 2 teams that could do it: Sasha and Bayley, or Trish and Lita. We saw Trish and Lita come back and team at Evolution. I think that they could go for one more run. I think that they could have a good feud with Sasha and Bayley, which leads to the
course.
titles changing hands again. But I think that one of those two teams would be the ideal way to go.
Also, this is just an observation that it just came across my mind. Also, the beef with Charlotte and Becky was dropped. They're kind of cool now. So if Charlotte, and Becky, kind of tie things up, and then Ronda and Asuka become the thing, and they get pushed hard, that could be a potential tag team as well.
I think my one risk or one fear of going in that direction would be you risk doing a 2-man power trip as a 2-woman power trip. You're taking a hot star in Becky.
Yeah.
And you're taking someone who a lot of fans have considered has been overpushed,
Still
over-decorated in Charlotte.
Yeah.
You've got your Stone Cold and Becky. You've got your Triple H and Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I think that it actually could hurt both of them.
Charlotte's not getting hurt. So
by going in that direction. So I think you keep Becky on her own. You keep Charlotte on her own.
Yeah.
I could see in the future them doing a 4 horsewomen thing. The 4 horsemen.
Because it was
They
mentioned.
have to eventually. Because the other 4 horsewomen are in. So
when Ronda, Shayna, Marina, Jessamine, they're all brought up.
Yeah.
They could have a good feud with that, and they could include the women's tag titles.
I would see
if they
them
want
doing
to.
that match at a Survivor Series.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
But I just think for the time being, leave Becky alone. That's kind of the
She's on her. She's on her.
She's doing so good on her own. She really does not need to get any extra nonsense added to it.
Oh, of course.
You risk hurting it more than helping it when you do that.
Right.
So, last thing about WWE before we move on to some other topics about predicting. Let's talk about who do we think is going to be champion by the end of 2019. So let's start with the Universal Championship. Who do we think will hold that belt by the end of 2019?
Can I go
Isaiah,
first?
go.
I'm going first. R-Truth, baby. Here we go.
You really are living your hopes and dreams out.
R-Truth is going to become the unified. First, he's going to become a unified champion, and then it's going to be, everyone's going to say, Isaiah was right. Vince is going to call me and say, Isaiah, listen, we have a spot. We need you. We need you as a writer.
You
and I'm
called
like,
it with our
Vince,
truth.
listen, you know what? I'm kind of busy with Turnbuckle Trash Talk. I don't know if I got the time. Maybe I'll consider it in 2020,
Okay. In 2020. You're just going to move over there in a year. You'll be done. So you think he's going to win the Rumble and challenge both champions and beat them?
And beat both of them. And he might even do it on the same night. Yeah, he might even do it on the same night, man. It's about time. It's about time.
You're going all in on that.
All in on it.
Let's go, Ron. It's about that time, Ron. That's it.
JT, Universal Champion by the end of 2019.
It's going to be Seth Rollins.
Nah.
They're going to put it on him.
So it's like,
There's
a
really
matter of time.
I would love to see someone else because there's more deserving people.
Yeah.
But Seth, is there more deserving? I honestly don't know.
He's a workhorse, man.
He is.
I personally believe he kept Raw alive when Raw was very
did.
close to dying
He did
for a
absolutely.
long time there.
There was nobody else.
When there was no Universal Championship out there to defend, he was defending that
There's still
Intercontinental
not one.
Championship.
He's showing up occasionally still.
Yeah.
And he's still putting on hour-long Raw matches.
Yeah.
Beating fucking Roman Reigns and John Cena one after another.
Yeah, man.
And give a win all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see Seth Rollins holding the title by the end of the year. I could also see Braun Strowman. I think they're going to pull the trigger on him. I think
They have to.
I think it's too little too late. I
Yeah,
think
of
it's
course.
time to move on
Yeah.
from Braun Strowman. I think they blew it. And
Wow.
Braun has every right to be upset about that.
Yeah.
But I think they blew it with him. And I
They
think
did.
now it would be almost like a pity favor or a transitional champion thing. I think he has pretty firmly entrenched himself in Big Show territory
Ooh.
where he's
So let
kind
me
of a
ask
joke
you,
now.
Do you see him going back to the Wyatt family? What was that?
I would love to see a Wyatt family reunion.
They have to, man. They were
When
so
you
good.
talked about bringing up the Undisputed Era, the stable versus stable wars I could think of, Sanity versus Undisputed Era is a great rivalry.
Yeah.
The Wyatt family versus Undisputed Era would be great.
Yeah.
Even possibly a club reunion versus the Undisputed Era would be great.
Yeah.
AJ, Finn, and Gallows and Anderson versus Cole, Strong, Fish, and O'Reilly. Think of the match that they could have.
Yeah.
You can even throw the New Day in there because let's be real.
Absolutely.
The New Day, man, they've put on a hell some matches that I was like, these guys,
We got you. New Day with our truth.
Oh,
Book it.
God. The day of truth. That's what we're going to call it. Oh, my God. Book it, please.
So, yeah, I think that we're going to see Braun Strowman probably hold that title, if nothing else, because they need to put it on somebody. At this point, they owe it to him, I think. And Seth Rollins, for sure. So, WWE Championship, currently held by Daniel Bryan. Who do we think will hold that title in 2019? Isaiah.
I want to say AJ Styles.
I would love for it to be AJ Styles.
I really do. I mean, I feel like after this whole thing with Daniel Bryan, I feel like it's going to pass, and they're not going to really do anything with it. And I think it will just be a matter of time before he comes back and he claims it. Daniel Bryan, I would say either him or AJ eventually end up in Raw. You know, they need it for sure. And I think AJ, man, he as a champion, he was just putting match after match, and he made everyone look like a star.
AJ was that without being a champion, though.
Yeah.
All of AJ's matches.
All of his matches, man. I think that's the guy. I think they need to run with him, man. They need to put him as a starter and just let him go. Let him do his thing.
But they did. They did all of 2018, basically. I mean, he just recently lost the title. He was the cover boy of
I felt he should have gone WrestleMania to WrestleMania, honestly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it with Brock for the last 5 years, it feels like.
Yeah.
So why not let AJ do it? A guy that shows up week to week.
Yeah.
And will defend it week to week.
Well, is that your pick too then, JT?
No,
you're going
they're not going to put it on AJ as much as I would love it.
Yeah.
Who's
They're going to keep it on Daniel Bryan until he's ready to call it quits. This is his swan song, I believe.
Yeah.
He come back. I don't think he's going to retire from wrestling. I think his contract's done. He's going somewhere else. There's a few different places.
Okay.
And when he's done, he'll say when he drops it.
It's sad.
I'm calling it the year of Finn Balor. I think this is his time. Take him out of the doghouse, move him to SmackDown, have him put on epic matches with AJ, have him put on epic matches with Daniel Bryan, have him take that title, have him have a lengthy reign, ignore everything that happened on Raw, see the return of the Demon at some point.
That would be awesome.
Have the champion we wanted him to be.
The champion he should have been.
The champion he should have been.
Freaking
Actually be that champion. I think now more than ever is the opportunity to do that.
I think Balor needs this. He needs it. He needs it. And I honestly, I think the only way he is going to be able to do it, and as much as I love Finn Balor, man, he's a great performer, I honestly believe that he will benefit if they put Gallows and Anderson with him.
Absolutely.
Just because he's let's be real, you know?
Turn them heel.
Yes.
That's it.
Everyone,
yeah.
Anyone who knows anything outside of WWE remembers the real rock and roller Prince Devitt and how violent and how cruel and how manipulative he was.
Yeah.
And that's the champion. That's the heel champion WWE needs.
They need it.
With that champion, you can build your next hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
They have to pull that trigger.
In response to AJ Styles, I think he's beyond titles now. He's a best belt machine. He's the guy you want working with the guys you're trying to get to take his place.
Right.
He's the guy you want because he's going to be wrapping up his contract. He's already reduced his live show dates.
Yeah.
He's already negotiating being there less. He's missed several weeks of TV for one reason or another. He's very solidly said he wants to go home and be with his family. He doesn't want to miss more of them growing up.
Yeah.
But I know he loves wrestling.
Yeah.
And so there's a reason to keep him around. In a very similar way as Cassius Ohno is kind of a gatekeeper to NXT right now, AJ Styles could be a gatekeeper on the main roster.
Yeah.
When you're bringing someone up like a Velveteen Dream,
Yeah.
Velveteen versus AJ.
I mean,
An amazing match. Amazing match.
That would be pretty dope.
Use him to help others get better. Use him to help others maybe even get better technically, because I believe working with AJ would be a teaching experience for anybody he goes against.
You don't think that will put AJ in a Dolph Ziggler-esque?
No, because AJ Styles is the best bout machine. He brings the best out of everyone.
Yeah.
He has an opportunity to be in a teaching role. They could, if they pull him out of the spotlight, it's a lot easier to give him time off.
Yeah.
Because the newer fans are not going to be thinking AJ all the time. When he's champion,
everybody thinks
he needs.
He's
No, I know, but he needs to be on the road all the time.
Yeah.
And he's not going to do it. How disappointed would you be if you spent the $50 to go to a live event and they said, well, AJ's not on the show?
Yeah.
AJ's not champion. Or AJ is champion, but he's not on the show.
Yeah.
That's
right.
disappointing.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like, look at Randy Orton right now. Randy Orton's got a reduced travel schedule, and nobody cares. Nobody cares.
No one
But
cares.
that's also he's been around for 10 years, and I know
AJ's been on the circuit for.
I realize I've been a fan from day one, but he hasn't been on WWE's eyes. There's all those casual fans that this is their first time witnessing
sure.
the phenomenal AJ Styles,
Yeah.
and they're in love with him. And if he does that, the real wrestling fans will always love him, and he's amazing, and he can literally do whatever he wants. He's Mount Rushmore-esque.
But he's also 40-something years old.
Yeah.
I'd rather take the risk of him getting injured off and have him performing his best matches on TV where everyone gets to see it versus on a live event where a couple thousand people get to see it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, anyway, moving on from that title, let's talk about the Raw Women's title. Who is going to hold that by the end of 2019?
Ember Moon.
Why?
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
That's it. Only a matter of time. She's outperforming everybody right now. She's just
She has
She's
the
it.
best finisher in wrestling.
she's it. She's going
good.
right now. She's as far as all the other women, she just stands out, man. As far as performance, her character, everything in general. And she doesn't even talk on the mic much, and I'm okay with it because when she comes to the ring, you're like, okay, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
That's it.
Actually,
So-
from her time in NXT, it's really more preferable not to have her on the mic, to be
Yeah,
honest.
from what
I was going to try to say that, but I
Her
was being
backstage
nice about
segments and everything were painful to watch
Yeah.
at times.
it.
JT, who's going to hold the Raw Women's title?
It is Ember Moon. She's got everything. She's the total package minus her promo skill, which could come.
Yeah,
To
in
be
due
honest,
time.
Bret Hart wasn't the best on the mic,
Yeah.
and he grew into it. Was decent towards the end.
Yeah.
There's no one else. Who do you put it on again? You put on Sasha Banks again. Been there, done that. You give
Well,
Bailey a chance again.
To go with my my prediction about the Women's Royal Rumble, I'm going to say when Becky wins the Royal Rumble, when she beats beats Ronda at Mania, she will hold the title all year.
Becky?
Becky.
I keep forgetting.
Becky
that
will
she's probably
hold
switching to Raw.
the Raw's title for the entire year.
Okay.
Because beating Ronda is a feat. Nobody's done it yet.
Yeah.
So if you're going to have someone beat Ronda, if you're going to do it, that person has to be dominant.
Yeah.
Has to be dominant. They can't lose it a month later. They can't lose it 2 months later. They have to hold it strong for the rest
Not
of the
even
year.
dirty, literally legit.
So she's gonna
beat
go.
you up.
She's gonna have to beat Ronda at least twice.
Yeah.
3 times probably.
Well, keep in mind also with the shakeup, there's no automatic rematches, but I see Ronda probably chasing it for a while after that until she switches to SmackDown. But honestly, if Becky's going to win the title at Mania, she needs to hold the belt until the next Mania.
Okay.
They need to really capitalize on her being the most dominant female, her being the man.
Right.
If they're going to do that, they need to show it.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think is that Becky would hold the title all year. Let's change over to SmackDown Women's title. Isaiah.
I think Asuka has to. It's only a matter of time. She's got to get that run again, man. She's
She
got
has
to,
to.
man. She when she was in NXT. I mean, I think it just projected that there's no one else. No one can step up. No one's ready for Asuka. No one is, and I think she's gonna hold that title till death do her part, man.
Wow.
She's gonna hold that thing for a while. I think she's gonna have to beat every record of holding any title. I think there's no one else. Who can you? If you bring up anyone, I think. What you gonna put Carmella? What are you gonna do?
They did it once already.
Yeah, but that was a Money in the Bank thing. So unless they have another Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank thing, then okay, I'll argue it. But Asuka, just give it to her. Let her do what she was doing in NXT. Everything was fine. Maybe you get a call up from NXT to challenge her a little bit. That's fine. I don't think anyone can match her, man. Even when like she wrestles Charlotte, it was a great match. But I just love the strong style. I feel like it's bringing legitimacy to women's wrestling.
Sure. JT.
Well, like Isaiah said, there really is nobody. He said it, and I was thinking, who on SmackDown could legit hold that? And I don't think there is anybody. It's going to be Asuka until I think they unify that title.
Yeah.
It's going to be Asuka, and then Becky Lynch. They're finally going to clash again. And the story is going to be, Becky, you never beat me for that title. You grabbed it off of a friggin' ladder match.
Yeah.
I didn't, I never lost 1, 2, 3. You can't beat me 1, 2, 3, and they're going to collide. And, I mean, that's just money right there.
So I'm going to tell you guys a beautiful booking story of 2019.
Here we go.
Asuka is going to hold the title until Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Ember Moon is going to win the Money in the Bank and cash in on Asuka.
Oh, thus
Ember Moon
finally
is going to win the title and
beating
move
Asuka.
to SmackDown until Ronda Rousey goes heel with the 4 Horsewomen and she takes the title back on SmackDown.
What are you?
That's totally a guess.
Is Vince
That's
on the
how
phone?
I would
For
do
real,
it.
Vince, are you on the phone, Vince?
That's how I would do it.
God damn it,
I would
Vince.
have them redo the Asuka Ember feud because it was really, really good.
Yeah.
I
Finally
think
give
Ember
Ember
winning
a
that Money in the Bank is great for her
Yes.
because she does that eclipse off the ladder. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's everybody wants to see that.
Hell of a book.
Happen.
though. I feel bad for her.
Like, I think that Ember winning the Money in the Bank is the way to go. Have her cash in and have a great match with Asuka. Beat Asuka. Then have Ronda as heel Ronda on SmackDown take the title off of Ember to end the year, which will propel into a Horsewomen versus Horsewomen at the Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I see happening.
I like it.
So, speaking of Money in the Bank, I just said my women's Money in the Bank winner. Isaiah, who's your women's Money in the Bank winner?
Women's Money in the Bank. Nikki Cross.
Ooh.
That was actually my second guess.
Really.
My runner-up would have been Nikki Cross.
If this were Family Feud, I'd have got the second best points, at least.
Because I think a Nikki Asuka feud on
Show me
SmackDown
Nikki.
would also be amazing because we saw the Nikki Asuka feud in NXT and it was
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
JT, who's your women's Money in the Bank winner?
I would love to see him mix it up. I love them Iconics. I really.
Okay.
Doesn't matter
different.
who gets them because they're going to play it off as they're both the Money in the Bank champions. So
Kind of be like the Freebird rule.
exactly.
I think they'll be tied up in the tag division, so I think there's no real reason to. I mean, I definitely see one of them padding that match, but I think having them chase the women's tag titles is a much better use of their time.
Yeah.
I actually like Sonya Deville as well.
Sonya Deville is great.
I think she's
her and
talented.
Mandy would be a great tag team
as
too.
you can.
Like they've developed these tag teams,
Right.
so I think look
have
at the
to use
people who
them.
are the outliers. Your Nikki Cross, your Ember Moon, people who aren't paired off with anybody already,
Yeah.
and give it an opportunity to shove them right up into the spotlight.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So okay, I guess we could go through the men's tag titles. We'll kind of speed this up a little bit. Raw men's tag titles. Isaiah.
The Revival.
The Revival.
That's it. There's
The Revival.
there's nothing to explain.
No.
There's nothing to explain.
They deserve it.
Give it to the boys. Man, come on. No fists or no flips, just fists. That's it.
If they don't give those tag titles to the Revival soon, those contracts are going to expire and you'll see them in
They're
AEW.
gone. Yeah.
Guaranteed.
No question. You've
Hell
got to do some major lip service to the Revival right now because
Hell
you
yeah.
have pretty much screwed
Buried
them the whole
They have been
time
buried.
since they've been here.
Yeah.
So I completely agree with you guys. Revival have to win those Raw tag titles or else they're going to be short another team in the division. Hands down.
Oh, yeah.
SmackDown tag titles. Isaiah.
Man, SmackDown Tag Titles, unfortunately, I want to say is going to be The Miz and Shane.
Ugh.
Unfortunately. I think it's going to become a thing. I really do, man. They're pushing this shit hard.
Too hard.
I don't want, it's not like what I want. Like, I honestly, I'd be happy with the Usos again. I don't mind. Like, the Usos put on great matches. I could watch their matches all the time.
Yep.
But I really feel like it's, I don't even got a name. They don't got no they're working on their gear. I don't care. It's The Miz and Shane, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
JT.
They're 80-20. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to call it. Excuse me.
Yes. He's getting excited. He's getting excited.
He's getting pumped
Obviously, there's something he knows that we don't.
I got the call last
got the
week.
scoop.
He got the call last week.
Chad Gable back to SmackDown with Kurt Angle, so an American Alpha reunite tag team champions.
Okay, so Jason
Jason Jordan. That's what it is.
Yes, I did forget his name.
They are great, man.
Again, a build up to the WrestleMania unification match. Revival, American Alpha. It was great in fucking NXT.
Yes.
It would be great at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that ain't gonna happen. I'll be honest. That's my fantasy booking again.
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
That would be beautiful.
Would love
SmackDown. I think it's just going to be, again, more of the same. I agree with you about the Shane Miz thing. That's going to be short-lived. I actually think that'll be over by Mania, to be completely honest. I think their match at Mania is going to be Miz versus Shane.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that you'll see more of the same, man. I think you're going to see New Day, Usos, Bar, just trading those titles back and forth.
Which
just
just
like they've
kills
done
the title
for so long.
Kill that title.
But that's because it is a devoid tag team division. You need to be bringing up Undisputed Era. You need to bring up
they have
War Machine.
Heavy Machinery too is coming.
Heavy Machinery is coming.
They're coming
you
anyway.
You need to rebuild the tag division because you are really leaving it on the shoulders of 3 teams.
Yeah.
And then you're mix mashing teams like Rude and Gable, which
just
doesn't work.
It's horrible.
I'm not buying in on that.
Making Bobby Roode heel again is going to be my hashtag for 2019.
Oh, go back in time and make Bobby Roode heel is my hashtag. Okay, let's talk about Intercontinental title. Isaiah.
Elias.
Okay.
Elias.
JT is saying Elias too. Adam Cole, baby!
I mean, yeah.
What are you cheating? He's going to the depth charts.
He's
He's a cheater. He's a cheater.
He's coming up.
Velveteen.
Not even the depth chart. He's like, there's my bench. You over there. Get over here.
If he doesn't get called up, I see him as NXT champion this year. But if he does, right to that Intercontinental title.
I wouldn't even be mad, man.
He was a great North American champion
Yes.
until Ricochet was able to come in.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be a great Intercontinental champion. In fact, my other choice, other than the revival for the Raw Tag Titles, was Redragon.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think once they come up, they're taking all the belts.
Yes.
They're going to be draped in gold.
Give us the gold, baby.
Again, ideally, I don't think they should. I think they should build NXT up as its own brand and have all the gold there.
Yes.
But if they do come up, that's where I see it going. So, U.S. title, Isaiah.
U.S. title. Oh, man, U.S. title. I want to say the U.S. title is... This is tough. U.S. title, man? I don't know. I honestly believe that it's going to stay quite some time with Rusev. I mean, I don't see anybody else really killing Rusev Day, man. Come on. That's all you got to say. Rusev Day. That's it.
Rusev.
That's it.
I love them to catapult him up to the main event scene again, though. But
yeah, well, we won't, what is it? Count our chickens before. There it is. The breakfast. Back at it. Go ahead.
JT, U.S. title.
as unfortunate as it sounds, I think if Finn makes that jump to SmackDown, unless Vince leaves, he's gonna put him in that little mid card area again. Only this time we'll put a belt on you. Unfortunately, not the Intercontinental, but we'll put the United States on you.
But that could be good. It could bring some more prestige to the U.S. title.
That is a workhorse title, technically.
It is. U.S. title, I would have to say, let's see. I had somebody in mind and I just completely forgot it. Oh, Kevin Owens.
Yes.
He'll be back.
I forget about the injury.
You said that. I'm going to take mine back. Sami Zayn.
Yep, that was my other choice.
I forgot about him, man. I'm so sorry.
I think Kevin Owens is coming back from injury, and he is going to go to SmackDown and just power up to that U.S. title. I'd love to see him in a world title again,
Yes.
but they have a pretty clear picture of what their world title scene looks like, and I don't think he's a part of it, unfortunately. But U.S. title, the great things he did with that U.S. title before with Jericho, I think he could find that energy again with Zayn by his side. And then eventually a feud with Owens and Zayn for the title, which Zayn takes the title off.
About time. You need some gold. Give him some gold.
So NXT Championship. Isaiah.
NXT Championship. I'm going to say who I want and who I unfortunately believe will get it. I think I want Velveteen to get it. I don't think he will because I think he's going to be called up before he even gets it. But I think, unfortunately, man, I want to say it's going to be Ricochet. I think he's going to get rid of the North American title somehow. And I feel like he's just got a lot of momentum going for him, as NXT goes. NXT right now, I think if it wasn't for Undisputed Era, I think their main card game is this. It's because it's just right now. It's. I feel like they had back when Samoa Joe and Shinsuke and Finn Balor were there, you knew who were the top guys. I feel like in NXT right now, it's anyone's game. It really is. I feel like anyone can come up, so I can't really even pick anyone because I think it could be anyone.
Okay, JT.
I respectfully disagree.
Do it.
I think their champion is the best champion in all three brands right now. And I think he's holding that belt.
You're talking about Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes, he is holding that belt probably for a whole other year. I don't see Aleister Black taking it.
Yeah.
I don't see Gargano. He ain't gonna rise and take it. His new heel Gargano is not the same Gargano. They dropped the ball with him, and Ciampa's holding it. He's keeping it.
I think it'll take a long time, but I think Gargano will win the title by the end of the year. I think they have to finish that story. They started it. They have to finish it. They've done a really good job of telling a long, drawn-out story with Gargano and Ciampa, and it has to have a conclusion. And the conclusion can't just be Johnny Gargano goes evil. They have to have a redemption story. They have to have him make his comeback eventually, because he was number one face on NXT for a good portion of this year.
Arguably 3 of NXT's best matches of the year.
With Gargano. So I think what you will see sometime this year will be possibly DIY holding the tag titles again. As evil Gargano and evil Ciampa. But I think you will see Gargano have his redemption song before getting called up of winning the title. Now, his title win may lead to Ciampa being called up and then him following after.
Right.
But I think it's going to happen. I think it has to happen.
I agree.
We can't have another underdog who never actually stops being an underdog. Like, they have to, if they're going to tell an underdog story, the underdog has to win eventually.
Oh, of course,
Or else it just becomes a boring story.
Oh, yeah.
So NXT Tag Titles, I talked about DIY winning them. Isaiah.
NXT Tag Titles, man, DIY is strong. It is strong. I can't really see. I think because it's a matter of time that they're going to put them back together. They had that whole. They're going to do that. What's that double team kick they do? They just did it recently.
The finisher. Yeah.
I can't. There's DIY. I'm not going to argue with it. You win. Whatever.
JT.
I mean, it would be cool to see DIY. I like the Street Profits. I think they're
the Evolve Tag Team Champions right now. So.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So that, in my opinion, is all right. Take these for a little bit. Go show the world what you can do, and boom.
That's it.
And then they're going on a run once they get back to NXT full time.
Well, I mean, wait, hold on, hold your horses. War Raiders.
I was about to say that. I was going to say, I agree with you about Street Profits. I think they will have a title run. It may not be a long one, maybe just a couple months, maybe takeover to takeover or something like that.
Yeah.
But War Raiders, man, what have they done with those guys? They're just not
one
of the most dominant teams in Japan.
Yeah.
And they've just done nothing. Now, I know there's been injuries. I know that's been an issue. Yeah. But come on, man. Like, they came in. They had a great match at War Games.
Yeah, hell yeah.
They've just been really dominant and really looked forward to, and I feel like it's been more of a whimper than a bang.
Yeah.
And that's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
I forgot about them.
It was one of the biggest signings of 2018, and they did nothing. So, okay, NXT Women's Champion. Isaiah.
It's going to end, and I want to say, I don't know her name. The other, she won the...
Io Shirai?
Yes, you got it. You know what you're talking about.
She didn't win the Mae Young, because Toni Storm won the Mae Young, but she was the runner-up.
Toni Storm didn't win anything. Toni Storm didn't win anything. Io Shirai, she won it. She's going to win. She's going to become champion this year. And I think she's going to have a good run. I think Shayna eventually... it's going to be that storyline is going to be short lived, and I want to say she's going to get called up. She's going to get called up, and I don't think
Well, like I said at the end, if it goes with my 2019 women's title, you would see the 4 Horsemen up by the end of.
I would like to. I'd like to see that, man. I really would.
Well, I'm going to go straight heel on you guys on this one.
Do it.
And be honest, I could care less about the NXT Women's Champion. I hate Baszler. I think she's not ready for that belt that she's been given. She's rare with it. I like what she's done. I just don't think she's as talented as they have. And there's no.
Would you say that to her face?
I mean, I probably would as a fan. She can't hit me on the other side of that barricade. Now in the ring, I'll be like, you're a legit fighter, so I know you can fuck me up. But
I take that back for now. But when I leave this ring, you suck.
Would I say it as a wrestler? Would I say I can out wrestle you? Yeah. Would I say I can out fight you? No, obviously not. She kicked my ass.
I think she's doing absolutely great, man.
I think she's been fantastic.
Yeah.
I think
she's doing what she should be doing.
She is showing what the bad B word champion holder is.
Yes.
Title holder is.
Doing great.
She has been, I'm a fighter, I'm here to kick your butt, and I'm here to leave.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I think she's done a great job with it. She is, and we talked about this yesterday too, she is the epitome of a women's monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they've failed with Nia Jax. I think they've failed with Tamina.
Yeah.
I think they've failed with so many women. Other than like Awesome Kong,
yeah.
we haven't seen a really solid women's women's monster character in a long time. And I think that despite her being smaller, and
she's gonna be it.
She's a women's monster.
Yeah.
Because there are no F's given. So
what happens when she runs into, Charlotte? What happens when she?
Well, that's where you're going to get your 4 horsewomen versus horsewomen.
But I'm just saying, individually, can she hang with, Ember Moon? They had one match against each other.
Realistically, if we're talking about like non-kayfabe, I think her and Ronda should run through the whole women's division. There is no excuse for any of these been a wrestler the whole time women to be legitimate fighters.
Yeah.
But
by that argument,
because of kayfabe,
no one can beat Brock.
Yeah,
people do.
Because of kayfabe, there is going to be a need because you just don't want one person that's like, well, you're Brock.
Fighter, yeah.
You can't have that. But I do legitimately think that she's done a great job.
Yeah,
and I think she will probably get called up by the end of the year. And I think a woman who will be reigning by the end of the year is Bianca Belair.
They have to.
I've never been a big fan of hers.
Defeated.
I think it's going to happen. I think they're high on her.
They are.
And
I don't like her. I don't like her.
I don't either.
She's horrible.
She's an amazing athlete. Her character's terrible.
Yeah. Absolutely terrible.
And her charisma isn't there in my mind.
What charisma? That's the
But I think it's going to happen. Again, I think it's going to happen. I think it's just something we have to deal with.
There's not enough talent on NXT Women's that is legitimate.
Right.
So they're trying to build their own. Hence, Bianca.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's not forget, R-Truth is winning the Royal Rumble.
We'll go back to that. I could run through all the other belts in Ring of Honor, but I'll just do their top champions. Ring of Honor champion, Isaiah.
Oh, Ring of Honor champion. Man. Oh, shit. Marty.
You think Marty will be champion?
Yeah. I think right now they're going through a transition phase. Like we mentioned last time, a lot of people have been gutted out. I think they're just going to be in a rebuild kind of stage, trying to see what they can do. I feel like also that Jay is their top guy, and he's going to hold it until they can figure out what they're going to do with it.
He's going to break every record that they have.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's nothing. I don't see any guys like. I don't even believe Dalton Castle's going to get it. I don't think Matt Taven. I don't think not even Punishment Martinez. And he's a new sign. Well, actually, no, he already went to NXT. So that's not going to happen.
He's definitely going to
JT.
I agree with you. I think if Jay hasn't beaten the record of the longest champion, which I think he's really close, if hasn't already beaten it.
Possibly, yeah.
I think Marty is the next logical choice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually disagree with you guys.
Here we go.
Marty is gonna be gone by the time
you
the year is over. He will be in AEW. His contract is expiring in 6 months.
Is that the only reason he hasn't agreed for it yet, you think?
Yep. He signed a longer deal than the rest of the Elite. And I think that once that he is waiting, this villain enterprises is to get him to the end.
But I that's why I agree with you, and I think that's
he might hold the title, but it'll be a very brief reign, and he will be gone by the time.
That's all he needs
is
to say that he was an ROH.
I honestly think your next champion is the Kingdom, Matt Taven. I think they've built him up to I'm the real Ring of Honor champion. Yeah. They've been doing this for a while. I think the Kingdom is going to have to step up and fill the void that the Bullet Club left.
I agree.
I think Villain Enterprises will be a good kind of runaround for them, and they're really capitalizing on Villain Enterprises because they brought in PCO and Brody King.
Yeah.
But that's just a stepping stone. That's to get PCO and Brody King in and Marty out.
Yeah.
I think Marty will have a semi-decent transition, but he'll be gone. He's going to be gone as soon as that contract is up. No re-signing, no conversation. He wants to go to All Elite. I bet he's kicking himself every single day right now that his contract didn't end at the same time.
Yeah.
And he's got that spot warmed up and ready for him in All Elite.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. And I don't think as the company you put the belt on that guy, knowing that that's happening, knowing that he could be just killing time until he can leave.
Yeah.
That he could be phoning it in until he can leave. Because he's got his deal waiting.
He does.
He doesn't need to earn it.
No.
He's got it.
It's money in the bank.
It's money in the bank. So why bother?
Yeah.
And so as the company, I'm thinking, who's been killing it for us? Jay Lethal, obviously.
Yeah.
The Kingdom, obviously. You know, PCO and Brody King could be good ones eventually, too.
Also, Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb.
Yeah.
I don't think they have him to a specific deal, but still.
Yeah.
Like, also they've got a good deal with New Japan going still. So if you wanted to bring in a New Japan guy and put the title on him temporarily, like, there are a lot of options other than the guy who's just waiting for his contract to run out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they just lost, as far as I can tell, SoCal Uncensored. They just lost the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
You got to go with somebody who said, I'm still here.
Hello.
I'm still here. I'm still doing what I've been doing. Please, So I think the Kingdom, Matt Taven, is the way to go. I think Dalton Castle, like you said, is not likely going to happen because I think he's going to NXT shortly, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's really hard to turn down that contract, man. I think it's really hard.
Oh, yeah.
So after ROH, let's talk about New Japan. Who's going to be the top title holder in New Japan? Isaiah.
Jay White.
Jay White.
Switchblade. Next guy. Kenny's gone. Kenny's going to be gone.
We're not sure.
Allegedly,
we're not sure. He just dropped the title at Wrestle Kingdom.
I think even
all
if it's
signs point to him.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's only a matter of time for him to be gone. I think the next guy, I mean, they were pushing Jay White for quite some time. He's still young, so it could be another year until he wins it. But I think Tanahashi's going to hold on to it for a little bit, and they're going to have to give it to, they're going to have to give it to Jay White. I mean, right now, you can't go back to Okada. You can't. Naito already, it's only a matter of time. Jay White he hasn't brushed shoulders, with the ace. So I think it's gonna be him, man. Give it to him. Let's go. Book it.
JT.
This is where I'm gonna draw some heat because again, I don't watch much New Japan wrestling.
Oh,
enough to know all the names.
Shit.
I'm going to be that typical white guy. What? All of them, they look alike. I don't know who's who. I'm just kidding.
This guy's a heel.
He's to the end.
All day long. Kayfabe, baby.
So who's your guess?
Probably going to be the Switchblade because they like putting it on those Americans that come over. I know it's not American, I don't think, but
they're just they're putting in work on him and as far as his character and everything in development. I mean, you do have there's
logical sense would be Switchblade.
Because it's still early. It really is. The Ace just won it. So there could be a lot of movement going with AEW, man. It's kind of shaking things up. The whole shakeup with AEW, you can't see anything going on right now. It's almost like draft season for like the NFL.
No, the future is so unknown now.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
First time there's a cloud.
Yeah.
No one knows where.
It's a foggy road, man.
This is a foggy road. And actually, we're going to talk about AEW next. I will agree with you. I think Jay White's a good story to tell. I am also not as informed on New Japan as I'd like to be. That's something that's one of my resolutions for the new year is to get better informed.
With you.
I wish David King were here because he is our NJPW correspondent, but it's okay. I think Jay White is the best story right now. I could see Okada holding it again because he is a safe bet. He is a best out machine. Yeah. He is, the Rainmaker.
It just wouldn't do anything for me. I'd just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah. Oh, John Cena got some title.
Another John Cena title. Which actually is a prediction I do have for 2018 or 2019 is John Cena will break his record.
They have to.
It's going to happen. It's just going to happen.
He's the poster boy.
Okay, so AEW just got announced on the new year. What's going to happen with this? What did we see? Looking at what has just occurred, looking at this big announcement, billionaire-funded wrestling organization is starting up. I think if ever there has been an opportunity for someone to challenge WWE recently, this may be it. Yeah. Maybe. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying maybe.
Yeah.
What do you see? When you look into your magic ball, what do you see?
Well, before the show started, I was talking to Trevor over here. He was telling me something, and then he paused. And I don't know if you want to go first because I'm excited to hear it.
Okay, JT, go.
Give us the juice.
Well, first, when I first heard about AEW, honestly, I didn't even know they had that backing yet. I just Bullet Club, they did their all-in success, which showed that they could do it.
Right.
They had the brains. Mm-hmm. And now they're going to start a company, which had me fearing another Impact first, honestly.
Right.
Then it's Cody Rhodes. He's not Jeff Jarrett. I don't think he's in this to put himself over. He understands the business just like his father did.
Exactly, yeah. I agree.
And then I found out that they got the billionaire backing and possibly going to be on TNT and TBS.
That's where they're going. That's what they're looking for right
Don't go Monday nights at first. Just put on a show.
Actually, the show that they have announced and trademarked is Tuesday Night Dynamite.
Perfect.
And actually that would work well because SmackDown's moving to Fridays as soon as it goes to Fox. So
I think
it is well thought out.
They're picking up their hand-picked talent, which is the best talent in the world, which I was going to ask you the question I had earlier about Pentagon and Rey Fenix. Got their offer from Impact, said to have gotten a triple offer from AEW to appear Tuesday. What is that, January 8th? At the...
Which actually will have happened by the time this airs.
Yeah.
So we don't know yet.
They want them at that press conference, which would be the biggest tag team, probably two biggest stars, in my opinion, in independent wrestling. Your first signing showing up before you have anything, that plants a flag. That's saying, hey, we're here. We're not ready to compete against WWE yet because there is no competing against WWE. Yeah. Product-wise, you'll do great. They're a multi-billionaire company. You're not going to bankrupt them. You're not going to beat them. Stand on your own. Show that there can be more than one wrestling monopoly in the United States. And get that talent to prove it. Don't be TNA and be a washed-up WCW because that's what they ended up being before Impact.
No, and it's refreshing to see if they do, the Lucha Brothers do get signed to AEW. I mean, it's going to be refreshing to see someone that's non-elite.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that would be their first legit signing,
Well, I think what I want to see happen is I want to see AEW put in a good fight. I want to see them really do the good thing and create more opportunities, create a lot of jobs, especially in the Florida market. That would be great for our industry. Realistically, my biggest fear about it is that it is going to be a lot of hype and a lot of poor follow-through. I mean, All Elite Wrestling, I have the highest hopes that it's going to do well for our industry. I hope that they really will put in a good fight against WWE or at least be able to maintain the barrage WWE is going to throw at it because WWE is going to try and sign everybody. They're going to try to buy them out or run them out or whatever the case is. I really do hope they put up a good fight. As we saw with All In and the less publicized follow-up to All In was great, but it was a one-off. If you're going to be a company, you need consistency. You need to keep going beyond that big announcement. Double or Nothing probably will sell out. Could even sell out 20,000, 30,000. Who knows? Because it's going to be a super show.
Right.
What are you going to do the Tuesday after?
Yeah.
What are you going to do the Tuesday after that? They couldn't sell out Las Vegas immediately after All In.
Right.
They couldn't. And, I mean, All In was basically a Ring of Honor New Japan show.
Yeah, for all
Ring of Honor New Japan is running the Garden. They sold out for a one-off. What about their live shows after that? Again, so I think I hope for the best, but I fear the worst. I think that the companies that are doing well in the way they're building up are MLW and NWA.
Yeah.
They're taking the slow approach. AEW is going to go for the flashbang. They're going to go for the boom, we're here, as we've seen with their announcement on New Year's, as we're seeing with this rally, which coincidentally is in Jacksonville the same day SmackDown is being taped in Jacksonville. So they're doing that whole siege on WWE again, and I think it's just going to bite them. I think it is if they don't have the staying power. Yeah, they have really good funding backing them, but if they don't know how to use it.
And there's also a problem where they're actually promoting more of that actual pay-per-view show than the actual promotion in itself and when it's going to be televised and the show, Tuesday Night Dynamite. Let's promote that. Let's focus on that, not just the one show, you know? I mean, because it's just going to be, like you said, it's going to fall flat on its face.
Well, my fear is that they get so in their heads. I've heard Cody on the Edge and Christian podcast, and he said when he gets an idea, he's 100% on that idea. So right now, they're focusing on Double or Nothing. They're not focusing on, oh, shit, now what?
Yeah.
Like, they don't have that experience Vince McMahon has of working Monday.
Yeah.
Well, and there's lots of rumors, kind of beliefs that Jim Ross could be attached to this. Yeah. Chris Jericho could be attached to this.
Which he probably will be.
And if they are, that could help.
Yeah.
Because these guys have seen it. Jericho was there when WCW ran out of money and tanked itself. Jim Ross was there during the good and the bad days of WWE. So maybe that kind of experience could help them. But again, they really got to listen.
Yeah.
They really got to think realistically.
Be careful.
And as a worker, you know we don't like to listen.
Yeah, if they have a 20,000 seat arena for Double or Nothing, great.
Yeah.
Don't realistically think you're going to maintain that. Don't think, go back to a studio series. Go the NXT route.
Yeah.
Get a small theater and pre-record a bunch of shows and sell it out. Because it will. If you're offering $10 seats at the first AEW taping, you will sell it out.
I do believe that they're going to run pre-recorded. I don't think they have they don't have it to go live. And the reason WCW could go live is it was Billionaires Ted's. That was his play.
Well, this is another billionaire. I mean, and they do have a really strong net worth that is backing them.
Yeah.
But I think, again, realistically, you could try to beat WWE, but WWE's done this longer and stayed alive longer than anyone else.
They got more of a money backing than Vince McMahon took out half of his money to buy a football league.
And exposure.
Yeah.
We talk about casual fans. Casual fans know what WWE is because WWE has a 30, 40-year legacy. I think there are plenty of casual fans who don't even know who the Young Bucks are, who don't even know who Cody Rhodes is. They're like, Stardust, that guy, he sucked. Or whatever.
It's true, man.
They're not gonna immediately switch over because they hear, the Young Bucks, the Elite is doing this. Like a lot of the smart fans will, and that's good for them. It's good for the business for workers and smart fans and stuff like that. But you still got to hook the casuals. You still got to do it.
And with wrestling, it's already a hard market. If you're not a wrestling fan, you're not going to become a fan unless something really hooks you.
Yeah.
Well, and I would hope with this announcement they have a TV deal locked down. I really hope they already do. Because if they're making this announcement and they don't,
they're stupid. They're going to fail.
They could be the next Impact on Pursuit.
Yeah.
The Pursuit channel, which I'm pretty sure no one in this room and nobody watching this actually gets.
Dude, I didn't watch Impact when it was on TNA.
Whatever,
spite.
So, AEW, I hope they do great things.
Yeah, wish them the best, man. Yeah.
Giving another opportunity for people to work someplace else. Like I said, if the Revival don't get what they deserve this year, they should go. They should go to AEW. And I think this brings me to my next point, which is my worry for ROH and New Japan. Because AEW might be able to have a good relationship with New Japan, but AEW and ROH, I don't think will have a good relationship.
No, I think ROH just has a slap in the face.
I do. I feel like they felt like their bridge was burned.
Yeah.
Because
instead of helping them build this organization. If you took ROH and gave them a national deal, that would draw people back to ROH. Daniel Bryan, I believe, would probably go back to ROH.
Yeah.
If
AJ Styles would go back to ROH.
If AEW got this funder to help get ROH to a better place, that would be one thing.
Yeah.
But I think wanting to start your own thing, which
and
I think everybody has had that urge to do at some point.
Yeah.
But I think, like, okay, I can choose to go to ROH or I can choose to go to the billionaire company.
Yeah.
One of the 2 billionaire companies now.
Yeah.
I think it's going to hurt, and I think they're going to have to, both Ring of Honor and New Japan respectively, less New Japan because they've got the really strong hold on Japan's market,
Right.
but I think they both have to consider taking a step back.
Yeah.
Stop trying to push forward now and say, we really have to rebuild and find
Talent.
the young up-and-coming stars like a Hunter Law, like a Saeed Al-Sabah, like these guys that are on the indies who would be primed to walk into Ring of Honor and do well.
Yeah.
Which, just for an indie guy, helps us. Because if they go, there's my spot.
Yeah.
I'm working my ass off to take that spot.
Absolutely.
And
so keep it quiet and just back off a little bit and realize that, no, your ratings aren't going to be great for a while. No, you're not going to have the same push because there's only so many spots at the table, so to speak, as far as wrestling fans are concerned, and really focus on making sure you've got the better product, even if it's got the unknown names.
Yeah.
Don't worry about signing the high names. Create names now. Ring of Honor was always good about this. They created AJ Styles. They created Samoa Joe. They created Christopher Daniels. They created a lot of these guys. And yeah, they've moved on to bigger and better things. So just do it again.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about taking big guys from other people. Stop worrying about competing. Create new ones.
Yeah.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah, it is.
So I really hope things don't suffer for Ring of Honor. It's one of my favorite promotions of all time. New Japan is, I really don't think, going to hurt too bad.
Yeah.
I think what'll hurt is their hope of moving into America.
well, let's be honest. New Japan will
they'll be fine.
They'll
no
be
matter
like,
what.
well, okay, ROH, the deal's not working anymore. We're now with
And if they
AEW.
make a deal with AEW and Kenny Omega decides to stay in Japan, he could still be used in AEW.
Yep.
Right.
So, like, I think they're in a pretty safe, comfortable spot.
I don't
think
think
even
Japan gets hurt much.
I don't think WWE even has the cojones to try and go into Japan right now.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I really don't. Like I was talking about, the other 2 brands that I think really are doing it right, and I think we'll see grow even more this year, are MLW and NWA.
Yes.
I think they have done it right. They're doing the slow burn build. In MLW, you're seeing them use the war games and having people like the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah.
Like, just so many names. John Morrison.
Yeah.
I think they're doing really smart stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing the pre-recorded tapings that we've talked so fondly about. NWA is doing the slow territorial thing. They're doing the documentary thing. They're working their way into good relations with ROH and maybe even AEW. They might still have a good working relationship with them. I think they're doing the smart thing by not forcing their own promotion. I think the 10-year plan is working for them.
Right.
And I think they just need to stay the course with that. So what are your guys' thoughts on MLW and NWA?
Yeah, MLW, definitely, they're just, they're taking that safe route. They, who would have thought they were going to be televised, at all. I think they keep on going with their momentum right now, and it's only a matter of time to where they'll obviously just get on instead of being sports, land a deal with some other company, that network that's probably going to want to do some competition.
Well, and they're doing the smart thing with beIN Sports in their arrangement by allowing them to release the full episode the next day on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you don't have beIN Sports, they're not saying, hey, screw you, you can't enjoy our product. They're saying, please enjoy our product. Please help us grow.
Yeah.
And clearly whatever arrangement they've got with beIN Sports is working.
Yeah.
And it's still going to help their brand.
Right.
And, I think it could lead to a better TV deal. I think, again, stay the course. It's slow and steady. Yeah. It's not the most money-making approach. Mm-hmm. But it's working. They're putting out a good product. I hear good things about MLW. I want us to go to an MLW taping as Turnbuckle Trash Talk and get to be there for that because all I hear is good things about it.
Yeah.
It really is. And, so do you guys have any other predictions for 2019? I think we're getting to a good point to wrap up here.
I would love to see Lucha Underground. Where are Lucha Underground?
I totally meant to mention that. A new season of Lucha Underground. I don't know, man.
I love that. As a fan of wrestling, that was my favorite. That was taking the storylines that Hulk Hogan coming out of there and you brother to the Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah.
That's bringing the Dungeon of Doom to life.
Yeah.
That was showing Behind the scenes, it was a friggin' TV show, and it was beautiful.
This is another example of that billionaire backing could have gone somewhere that really needed it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Lucha would be fine
Yeah.
if it got that kind of support, and I think that it's going to be a do or die year, man, because they are going to lose a lot of talent because
especially
of this.
especially if the Lucha Brothers do sign with
Yeah.
AEW, man.
Unless they have a special deal that allows them to be used by Lucha, I just
They're
don't
getting
know.
gutted,
Which
man.
I
One of
honestly
the
feel
things-
as Cody Rhodes as the AEW would understand and maybe allow
Maybe.
those kinds of deals. Maybe.
But it's also
Yeah.
a rival
Yeah.
American TV
Yeah,
deal.
that's the
Yeah.
issue.
So I hope for the best for Lucha. I really want to see another season
Yeah.
very, very soon. But even in Lucha, you've seen a slow degrading over the seasons.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
of quality. Their
Yeah.
quality's been great,
Yeah.
but they've had to move venues.
Yeah.
They've lost talent.
Talent just ups and leaves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just they Killshot
Yeah.
just left. Shane
Yeah.
Strickland, he's
Yeah.
probably going to WWE.
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb was Matanza.
Matanza, man.
He's going to Ring of Honor. He's in Ring of
Yeah.
Honor now. It's they got to strike while the iron's hot, or they're going to
Yeah.
lose it. And it doesn't seem like they have the backing
No.
from El Rey. It doesn't seem like they have the exposure.
Yeah.
They just pulled down both of their seasons off of Netflix, which was all their exposure to anyone who doesn't have cable, or
Right.
specifically El Rey, which
Yeah.
I don't have.
Yeah.
And it would be very sad. It would be very sad to end this way. I think it's been a great platform for people to reinvent themselves.
It was a good run.
It was
a good run.
But fingers crossed. Again, predictions. I'm hoping.
Let them sign like a contract
I'm
with YouTube
hoping
Originals.
Lucha Underground makes a revival, but man,
Man.
it's scary right now.
Would it be
Yes.
nice if Netflix, they save so many shows.
Yeah, man.
Why not just save Lucha Underground?
Yeah.
Sure. Throw your hat in the wrestling game, Netflix.
That's it.
Throw
That's
your
it.
hat in the wrestling
You're
game.
throwing so much comedy, original comedy, like stand-up and stuff. Why not give it a shot?
Forget Bird Box.
Yeah.
I'll fucking walk around a wrestling ring with a blindfold on.
Yeah. I'll go
Don't
Jake the
book
Snake.
that shit.
I'll go Jake the Snake versus who was it? Rick Martel, where they had the.
Yeah. I'll find you.
That was great. Man.
Awesome. So that's it. That's our predictions for 2019. We'll probably revisit this next year or
Yes.
near the end of this year and
Yes.
see how it all shaked out, how our predictions shook out, I guess.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me.
Yes, JT Mercer, Isaiah,
Yes.
thank you guys so much
Yes.
for... Isaiah, you're always here, but JT,
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah.
joining us.
Absolutely.
Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, SoundCloud. We are everywhere, and we're coming to a show near you. So if you're interested in having us at your show, we'll do a few interviews. We'll take a few pictures. If you'd like a Turnbuckle Trash Talk t-shirt, these are coming for sale soon too. Help support the podcast every way you can. We really, really appreciate your feedback. If you want to send in a question or have us talk about a specific topic, you can do that at turnbuckletrashtalk@gmail.com.
Yes.
Check out the website, turnbuckletrashtalk.com. You can have your events listed there. We are doing everything we can to make this new and different and big and evolving. We're constantly evolving, so we always are open to your feedback. Check us out, support the channel, support the podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you guys, and we will see you next week.